Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wilkes University men's basketball. Senior Steve Stravinski joining us right now. Well, Steve, it's been a nice career for you. Hey, congratulations, 1,000 career points for you. Tell us about how that feels for you.
Hey, John, thanks. Yeah, it's just an amazing feeling, you know. My buddy Alec, as you know, he got it earlier in the season, so having 2,000-point scorers in the same year, pretty great accomplishment, and you know it just feels awesome.
You guys with the big splash. I see you guys on Twitter making some jokes and stuff like that, but you guys really you like to shoot the threes.
Yeah, definitely. We call ourselves the Splash Brothers, kind of going with the Golden State Brothers there, with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. But you know, we love shooting the three ball, and you know it works out. It's been working out.
How about your release, Steve? I mean, you hear from your coach saying, man, I've seen a lot of basketball in my day. Steve's got maybe the quickest release I've ever seen. Talk about how you worked on that, and is that something you think that just came natural as a shooter, or something you worked on over time?
Yeah, way back in the day, I know I'm back in Pittsburgh area in the middle school days. I didn't even shoot outside. I was just a pure five man. Really the only move I had was the right hand hook. So you know, I kind of got sick of that. I was like, you know what, I want to start shooting outside, so I would just start shooting in my backyard. And, you know, the form, I was kind of young trying to shoot, like, from deep in my yard, so that's where the weird form came. But it's been working, and then just over time, working with coaches from Coach Keisinger at Pittsburgh area, Coach Chick Road at the college level, and now Coach Metz, just keep developing it, getting quicker, and getting it as good as it could be.
Talk about this group of guys that you're playing with. You guys seem to have a lot of camaraderie on the court and off the court.
Yeah, definitely. This is the closest group of guys I've ever been a part of. You know, we're truly a family on and off the court, like you said. And you know, like I've been a part of a bunch of different teams, and this is the closest. And it shows on the court when we're all connected. You know, we get the results we want.
Let's talk about taking that splash, so to speak, from high school to college. What's your experience been like playing college basketball at the Division III level? It's very competitive.
Yeah, much more competitive than high school. Coming into college, I kind of was just a shooter. You know, I didn't really have anything else. I was talking to Nick Wagner earlier today about the transition, and I was talking to my coach Metz this year. And I've came in, and when I came in, he said, you know, I was just a shooter. I couldn't really do anything else. And then looking at freshman year to now senior year, I could go on the post, I could do mid range, and I could shoot threes, and I could play defense as well. So you know the way that it's shaped me tremendously. I've become a much better player from when I first started.
Steve, you're not a real vocal guy, but you kind of get away with your actions on the court. I mean, people know when you got that positive energy out there, and you always seem to keep a real even keel. Two things just noticeable watching you play the game.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be coach. Coach tries to get on me for being vocal, but you know, the biggest thing I think is leading by example, and you know, working 100% every single possession and showing it out there, and you know, being vocal when I could. I really try to, but as long as I'm giving 100% effort out there and everybody sees that, that's the biggest part right there.
Let's talk a little bit about your family, Steve. Tell us about the people that have kind of supported you, whether it's the academic end or in the athletic end.
Yeah. Family's a huge thing. My brother, my sister, my mom, and my dad. You know, from my freshman year when I wasn't even playing a second, they were at every single game. It didn't matter if it was at home. It didn't matter if it was 4 hours away. Every single game they'd be at, and they continued that all 4 years. So it's just tremendous to have a family there supporting me every single day, no matter where, how far it is.
Talking to Coach Metz this year, mentioned, hey, Coach, you have a really young staff, but he seemed very confident in the staff that he has, and everybody seems to be on the same page. And Coach Metz, he's got an intensity to him. You know, he seems like just this tall guy who's a nice guy, smiles a lot, but he can be pretty intense.
Yeah, definitely. Well, with the whole coaching staff, I mean, everybody's played the game, going from Coach Mike Boylan, who's played for Wilkes, Coach Owen Wignott, who's played at Division I level, Thompson as well, and then Metz himself. So everyone's played, and they're all on the same page, and it's good to have that young energy around. And yeah, like you said, Coach Benstead has that fire, which is good. You know, you want to see a coach that gives that energy, so the players can, get that and feedback.
In talking to Alec, he mentioned he was kind of proud, I think, of the fact that he was a leader this year with all these freshmen and underclassmen coming in, and you guys really showing them the way. Talk about these freshmen, because they're kind of a mature group as freshmen.
Yeah, the freshmen, I mean, they're great. You know, from day one, we knew they were going to be like this, and they came in. You kind of think they're like a junior or senior level, the way they carry themselves on the court and off the court. And the future's very bright for Wilkes basketball with these guys. They're amazing.
And there's a lot of young bigs as well, as much as you have some guards and stuff that are younger, but there's a bunch of young guys that are trying for playing time there. You have Bruner, who's a sophomore, who's kind of the steady guy, but you throw in Parsons or one of the other guys, and they bring some good energy off the bench.
Yeah, very deep. That's what this whole year has been about. A couple guys are missing shots, other guys will come off the bench. A couple guys are in foul trouble, other guys got to step up, and we've had that. And it's nice to have that depth at every single position, basically.
Steve, let's talk about your major at Wilkes University. Tell us about what you're studying and what your future plans are.
I'm graduating in the spring with a bachelor's degree in psychology. Probably going to have to go for my master's. I'm not going to do that right away. I'm going to try to work a little bit first. And then I want to stay around the game of basketball if I could, if that's coaching or whatever it may be. And then we'll take it from there.
And talking to Alec Weiser, he kind of has a similar plan. He probably is going to go for his MBA. He's not sure where. But I think coaching is something he'd like to do as well. Do you guys talk about that much as far as where you want to coach at? Do you want to coach high school? Do you want to coach college? Does it matter?
Yeah, we really haven't talked about that. I don't think it really matters. We've been around the game so long that, whatever level, if we have the ability to, we definitely will,
Steve Stravinski from Wilkes University here on the John Mendola Show. Steve, for you, tomorrow, it's your final game as a Colonel at home. You guys are hoping to get into the playoffs. There's no guarantees, but reflect a little bit about the ride that you've had at Wilkes University, and you'll be honored along with the other seniors, and it's going to be a special day, I'm sure. As you said, your family's been there for you the whole way.
Yeah, it's been, it's amazing what basketball can do for you. Throughout 4 years, I've created so many, relationships. Like I said, this team's a family. The seniors especially, we've been together for 4 years. Like, we've created relationships that are going to last a lifetime. And it's truly amazing what a sport can do for you. And, I had a blast all 4 years.
Steve Stravinski, Kings tomorrow. You'll win. You're in. It's going to be it's playoff time tomorrow against Kings. They want it. You want it. It's anybody's game. And obviously, you guys would like to make it into the playoffs. It'd be a great push for you guys to make those playoffs for the first time.
Yeah, it's basically a playoff game. If either team wins, they got a great chance of being in. So, basically a playoff game. You have to treat it that way. Me, Al, Dev, and Amal, we don't want to stop playing. This is our last year. We want to keep playing for as long as possible, and we're gonna give everything we got, and hopefully we can keep playing.
What is it about that rivalry with Kings? And Alex said, hey, I know a bunch of those guys. I'm friends with them. It really is truly special. Tell us about the matchup against Kings. They have some guys with some height, so they're a little bit bigger.
Yeah, we all know a bunch of them. We all talk to them at some point, and it's a great matchup. They're a little bigger, so we like to run. They like to slow it down, so it kind of contradicts itself. But it's always a lot of fun, and we're playing for the playoffs now, so it's bigger than ever.
Steve Stravinski, want to thank you for your time. Congratulations on reaching 1,000 career points at Wilkes University. It's been a nice ride.
Thanks a lot, John. Thanks for having me.
Steve Stravinski from Wilkes University men's basketball here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.